So that felt pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. I think anytime you can get that first game under you, shake a little rust off. Obviously, start was a little slow, but just try to get the legs on you, get the pace up. It felt good by the end of it.
How'd you feel good playing with those two guys? That's something you probably knew would probably be pretty comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. I think I talked about it earlier in the week, just how established those guys are and how long they've been doing it for and how long they've been perfecting their games for and playing together and building that chemistry. So to just slide in there for the last 5 days or so has been nice and trying to find some familiarity, and obviously it went well tonight.
How does playing with Backlund and Coleman compare to some of the other line combinations you've been with on this team?
Yeah, for sure. I think every single guy you play with is going out there to win games and play at their best every single night. But I think those guys specifically, they just play such a well-oriented, detailed game, and they've been two guys who have been tops at playing a two-way game in the league for a long time, and Back's captain, Colsey's won cups, and you got guys like that, and you're playing beside those guys. You wanna do your part and kind of feed off them and learn from them, especially in practice, just their habits and things like that. So I think that makes the game a lot easier, just the way they're so detail-oriented.
And that did look as though it maybe helped you kind of be around it. We saw the point total. It looked like you could have maybe even had more goals. I know the one you were kind of frustrated you almost had it, but just the idea of kind of being around it, and it looked as though it was a night for you that things were certainly going your way.
Yeah, for sure. I think trying to always be around it in the offensive zone especially, I think that starts in the defensive zone, and with those details that really allows us to, especially those two guys, to allow them to have success and me to kind of play my game and have that pace through the middle and trying to keep that up. I know as a team we've talked about that quite a bit, is having pace through the middle and having pace on the forecheck, having pace on the back check. So I think those little things just came together, I think, for the whole team as the game went on.
Does a game like this give you a standard to sort of hold yourself to as preseason goes on?
For sure, yeah. It's just the first game, and I think there's a lot of things we can clean up, but definitely I think obviously those guys we just saw went down to Edmonton and won too. So I think every single game has showed that we want to play with a lot of pace and have a high level of execution, and if we stick to those two things and just build off there, it's going to be good for us.
What did you see on that first goal? It looked like you had one hand on your stick and just got a bit of...
Yeah, I honestly, I saw Backs looking, and as soon as he saw it pass, I was kind of trying to find it a little bit, and I stuck my stick out there, got a bit lucky, but it was a perfect pass.
Big picture, what's your level of confidence going into the second NHL season?
Yeah, no, I feel great. I think you got to feed off what you did in the summer and how much work you put in there, and that gives you the confidence to come in here to camp, to preseason, into the season, to really be confident in your abilities and the way you play. And I think that's something we talked about. You got to be confident, and you got to have a little bit of swagger to your game and keep feeding off that. If you do those little things right way, and then when you get the puck and get those opportunities, you got to have the confidence to do it.
This may only be a preseason game, as everyone dismisses, but at the same time, that chemistry can never come too early, can it?
Yeah, for sure. I think those are things you want to see kind of right away. You know, sometimes it takes time to build, and you'll find it. But I think if you can find that early in preseason or camp or in the season, it's always nice.